most overlooked organism in the home garden is not the beneficial insect, not the mycorrhizal fungus, and not the nitrogen-fixing bacterium. It is the earthworm, the one creature that performs tillage, nutrient cycling, aeration, and moisture management simultaneously, requires no maintenance, works around the clock, and multiplies in proportion to the food supply you provide. Most gardeners acknowledge that earthworms are good. Almost none of them deliberately manage the conditions that determine whether worm populations grow, hold steady, or quietly disappear from their soil over a season. Rice changes that equation in a way that is almost absurdly simple, and understanding why it works reveals something important about how worm populations actually function underground. Earthworms are not attracted to soil randomly. They move through the soil following gradients, moisture gradients, temperature gradients, and most critically, food concentration gradients. Where carbohydrates are decomposing, microbial populations are active. Where microbial populations are active, worms follow, because bacteria and fungi are the primary food source for most earthworm species, not the organic matter itself. The worms are eating the microbes that are eating the decomposing material. This means anything that rapidly feeds a microbial explosion also rapidly attracts worms to that location. Cooked rice, particularly white rice, which is essentially pure starch with almost no fiber to slow microbial access, ferments and decomposes faster than almost any other common kitchen material when introduced to the soil. The starch breaks down into simple sugars within hours of contact with soil moisture and ambient bacterial populations. The bacterial bloom that follows is the signal that pulls worms in from surrounding soil. In soil with an existing worm population, you can create a visible concentration of worms around a buried rice application within 48 to 72 hours. In depleted soil, the same application will attract whatever worm population does exist and begin building the conditions that allow it to expand. The method is uncomplicated. Bury small quantities, a handful per square foot, of cooked rice 2 to 3 inches below the soil surface. Do not leave it on top, where it will dry out, grow visible surface mold, and attract the wrong kind of attention. Buried at a shallow depth, it stays moist, decomposes anaerobically at the boundary layer, and creates a localized microbial hotspot directly in the root zone where you want worm activity concentrated. If you want to accelerate this process significantly, and honestly the acceleration is significant, fermented rice through a bokashi or EM process changes the dynamics entirely. Effective microorganism solutions pre-colonize the rice with specific lactobacillus and yeast populations that begin working immediately upon soil contact rather than waiting for ambient bacteria to discover the food source. The worm attraction effect moves from days to hours. Bokashi fermented kitchen scraps applied alongside the rice create a self-reinforcing system where the fermentation products lower soil pH slightly in the immediate area, suppressing certain pathogens while making the environment more hospitable for the beneficial populations that worms prefer. The all-seasons indoor composter bokashi starter kit gives you the fermentation system and the bran inoculant in one package. The link is in the description. Once worm populations begin expanding in response to consistent feeding, you encounter a resource management question that honestly most casual gardeners do not plan for. Where do the excess worms go? And how do you capture and concentrate their castings? The most nutrient-dense, biologically active fertilizer your garden can receive, rather than distributing it randomly throughout the soil. A dedicated worm bin creates a managed population that you can feed systematically, harvest castings from regularly, and maintain at high density without the population dispersing across the broader garden. The VermiHut 5-tray continuous flow worm composting system is what I use. Link is also in the description. The rice application in-ground and the managed worm bin are not competing strategies. They are complementary ones. The in-ground rice feeds and concentrates the wild population already living in your soil. The worm bin captures and intensifies the benefit, giving you harvested castings you can apply as a premium amendment to seedlings, transplants, or any bed that needs the highest quality biological input available without synthetic inputs of any kind. The worm was always going to do this work. You're simply giving it a reason to stay in your garden and do it there. Subscribe to Hydrohaven. Links are in the description. See you in the next one.